I'll figure it out in a minute. I owe you
Jump rope in his slippers.
what?
20 years after he
$5.
So he jumps in.
Good afternoon. I forgot to set up the mic, so I'm gonna hold one. It'll be okay. I just want to say Happy Cinco de Mayo. So let's get our meeting started today. Today our prayer will be given by Jeff Landers, pledge by Sandra Bell, four-way test by Annette Wallen, and a song by David Ellis.
Do I need to stand at the mic, or can I just
Go there.
just stand here? Very good. Let's pray. Our gracious and merciful Father in heaven, we thank you for the many blessings that you have poured out upon us. We have so much to be grateful for. We do pray that you would continue to work in our minds and our hearts that spirit of gratitude that would cause us to love you more and to love those around us. Would your blessings be upon our time together? We pray that you would help us to encourage one another and continue to look for ways to serve the members of our community. Thank you for this time, and it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Someone ready for the pledge?
We're ready.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First.
Is the truth,
Second.
is fair to all concerned,
Third.
will build goodwill, better friendships,
And fourth.
will be beneficial to all concerned.
Well, good morning, y'all. I was going outside this week and I saw this big yellow rose that was in my flower garden. I said, I think we're going to sing the Yellow Rose of Texas. I've never sang that song, but I'm going to figure it out, and so we're going to do it right now. There's a sheet in front of you. It's called the Yellow Rose of Texas. It goes like this. There's a yellow rose in Texas that I'm going for to see. Nobody else could miss her, not half as much as me. She cried so when I left her, it like broke my heart. And if I ever find her, we never more will part. She's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your Clementine and sing of Rosalie, but Yellow Rose of Texas is the only girl for me. And now I'm gonna find her, my heart is full of woe. We'll do the things together we did so long ago. We'll play the banjo gaily, we'll love you like before. And the Yellow Rose of Texas shall be mine forevermore. And the Yellow Rose of Texas shall be mine forevermore. Yeehaw!
Good job. Good job. Thank you, David. All right, Mr. Willie, we got a big crowd today. I bet there's a lot of happy people here. I'm glad to see these smiling faces.
Let's find out if there's happy people, because we got a happy bucket. I think that happy bucket is empty right now. We'll start with an empty bucket. Here's a happy guy right here.
I'm just happy the sun's shining.
He is. Happy guy. We like happy people. Thank you very much, sir. If you are happy, please raise your hand or raise your dollar.
That'll work.
I want to thank everybody who participated in that community service project for the blood drive that we did Friday. We had Rich Carter, David and Annette Wallen, Colleen's husband, and Larry and Dawn, and Roxanne came too. So we had a lot of Rotarians that stepped up and took time out of their busy schedule Friday. Their goal was to collect 15 units, and they exceeded it, and they collected 20 units out of that area. So that was good. And she said that's the most units they've ever collected with that size unit that they were parked in our parking lot. But thanks for helping us with that. And we'll probably do it again, sometime next year. Thank you.
Miss Debbie is happy over there. You wouldn't give. Oh, okay. Go with Kate.
because I've got $5 bill here to put into our little spittoon. And what I am announcing is, in case you don't recognize her, she doesn't have latex eyeballs coming out of her eye sockets or a giant mouth. This is Sister Stretch, who works every stinking year in the haunted house, comes with her own makeup. She's incredible. Our number one runner who just does everything in the haunted house, knows more about it than even the Rotarians. And she is graduating this year, so everybody congratulate her from Greenville High School. So I have invited her here because we all know that Rotarians are very generous, and she is selling jars of salsa for $6, and it's going towards project graduation. So please, everybody, dig in your pockets and pull out at least $6, more like 12, or like me, 72, and let's support Sisters in her efforts to sell these bottles of salsa.
I'm always happy. I'm happy to announce that we are starting to do greeters again. So if you don't know when you're a greeter, you can look on the calendar. And Dr. Copel, me and you will be greeting together next week. So I will be here to be your greeter next week. And please, those that are on on my next year's board, our shadow board meeting, I believe, is the 19th of May. And it is at 10:45 in the conference room. So those of you on the board, we'd love to see you. Tammy, I know she got her cutter. Okay, we're gonna put in $1 for Tammy because she's happy.
I got you, Tammy.
Oh,
I don't know, put a 5 in there. I am happy. I am really happy. I'm excited. We had our first ribbon cutting yesterday at one of our properties, our new properties on Spencer Street. And I just want to thank everybody that showed up because I didn't know what to expect. But it was so much love in my place. I just don't know what to say. And I thank you for spending your time with us. We had a wonderful time and it was just so exciting. So I thank you very much. And also, I think do we still have those two things for script? Those two windows?
Oh, yeah. 1,500.
Don't forget about the $1,500 and $3,000 window we have just for this one vehicle. We need to get rid of them. I think our leadership is gonna get one or something. But we still have two left. So if you got your friends and family, just get together and let's go ahead and get this out to be able to bless script, okay? Thank y'all for coming out yesterday.
Yeah, that's a $3,000 window and a $1,500 window to advertise your company, and it will be on there as long as the car lasts. So there we go. I think I see another young lady with some money. I'm coming around. Here you go, Miss Pam.
I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy you're here, Miss Pam. We got a gentleman happy.
I saw Paul Painter walk in, and I thought, did I miss a payment? Did I mess up a deposit? But it seems like he just came here to eat.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about them payments later. Hey, David, here we go.
Well, I'm happy. Before I tell you why I'm happy, I'm going to make you jealous. How many of you here have got a red-headed granddaughter? John got one. How about that? See, I made you all jealous. We have a red-headed granddaughter. Hair down this far. She's beautiful. What I'm happy about is she's graduating with honors at the end of May. I forget the date. But anyway, I'm happy about her graduating and her being such a good girl.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you, sir. And this young lady's happy. My goodness, she's happy.
I just wanted to let everyone know I'm happy because we had great participation in the applications for Camp Ryla. And so we're sending 4 students from our club. Daybreak is sending 2. So there's a total of 6 students going from Hunt County. Well, I guess actually 8 because Palmer sends 2 as well. But the bad news is they just sent an email today saying they're taking it virtual. So I haven't delivered that information today. I've already delivered it to you. So, but I asked them, I said, please still do the virtual. Please do that because I still want them to come back to our club and share with us what the virtual experience is like because it's only high school juniors that can go. And so after this time, you can't ever go back. So anyway, but I'm super excited about the fact we had a lot of participation. The good thing is how much we pay for those students is actually going to carry forward to next year. So Debbie, in your budget, I just gave you some money back. Anyway, look for those guys to come and visit later this summer.
Very good, very good. Okay, is anybody else happy over here? Young lady's happy, I think.
I'm happy that this is the second time today I have been called a young lady. So thank y'all. First of all, I'm happy that I got through my first cataract surgery on the 15th, and I'm gonna get through the next one tomorrow. And I'm asking for y'all prayers.
You got them, you got
That's my first thing. Second thing, my son Byron that played football, that I was trying my best to get him to go back to college, and he was like, no. Well, he is graduating May 15th from University of New Mexico with honors.
Nice.
So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I still have my baby Hazel with me, but I'm praying that her parents get their act together and get her back. And on that note, I'm happy because I'm getting 2 more children from CPS on Friday, this coming Friday, a 7-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl. And I'm happy and I feel blessed to be getting those kids. And I prayed to God, and God answered my prayers, and now I am becoming a foster parent.
Wow, very cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And that's a good group of happy people. Oh, we got another happy guy right here.
All right, good afternoon. So I'm super happy today that there was chili that I could put on my baked potato. That is awesome. Second of all, super happy for the donation that was provided to Women in Need last week with all of the toys and the activity packs. You know, it's one of those things when I get to go back and bless our shelter advocates with things that they can use for the clients we serve. When we can put smiles on their faces, that certainly puts a smile on my face. So thank you for your generous donation last time. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, anybody else happy? All right, okay. I'm looking.
Let's do a quick drawing.
Okay, there we go. All right, we got a little drawing here. There's my happy little deck of cards. And let's see, I will pick the mayor is here today, Mayor David Riley. Sir, you may not be familiar with the drill, but quickly, I'm going to let you reach in the bucket, draw out a ticket, read the numbers off slowly, and the closer you get to the end, the slower you go. These people lack pain, okay? You know what I mean, pain?
Is this the one you told me to?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah, good, because we had a deal.
All right, check it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Blackwood Office Products, does that help?
I like that. Nobody's ever been smart enough to read that much.
191.
Woo!
You got all these winners.
You do.
57.
Whoa! Yes, yeah. Willie.
3.
Oh.
Hey.
3.
Oh.
Chicken dinner. Okay. All right. Miss Tammy's over here pretending like she's the winner, so we're gonna check her ticket. Yeah. Okay, she's winner. Okay, here we go.
I just looked to see what I had.
If I can get this young lady to close her eyes, pick a card, pick a card, pick a card, pick a card, pick a card. There you go. Okay, that one. Woo! We got a winner! 6 of hearts. You have just won the 10 million. Oh, wait a minute. 6 of hearts is not the winner. The jackpot goes back to $10 million.
Go ahead, right quick.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Taylor Mead. She's going to come up for a minute and tell you about herself. She sent me her text, but I'm going to let her tell the story.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this. Obviously, my name is Taylor Mead. I don't do good with talking in front of people. So if I start talking too fast, then y'all just tell me to slow down. Okay. So my name is Taylor Mead. I am from Roy City, and I now live in Alba. I graduated from Orange City. After I graduated, I went to the Cosmetology Career Institute here in Greenville. My husband's name is Mead, and he is from Alba. I have a 4-year-old stepdaughter. Her name is Kinsley. She's just the cutest little thing. Anyways, one thing that you may not know about me is that I love children. I worked at a daycare for 3.5 years, throughout high school and while I was attending cosmetology school. And kids are just, I love them. I know that, it's just I have word vomit now, so thank you.
Now, the Executive Board has already accepted her application, but I need to check with you all. Are you all in favor of receiving her as an applicant for it? All right, Taylor, here's your red badge.
Well, that was close there for a minute.
Yeah, that was a close one, that one. I have one more I want to bring to your attention. His name's Jeff Landers.
Hello, hello, hello. So I'm a very blessed individual. Blessed, first of all, to be a native Texan. Loving that. Blessed to be married to my beautiful wife, Becca. We will have been married 18 years this August. Blessed to be the proud parents of 7 kiddos, oldest 16, youngest is 3. My wife works way harder than what I ever will. Blessed to be a graduate of Dallas Theological Seminary with some degrees in pastoral ministry. And really blessed to be on the team with Women in Need. 2 years ago, Connie took a chance on me to do prevention education work for our organization, never thinking that there would be the opportunity that the reins of leadership would be passed over to me. Hear me well, we are very much missing her at the helm of the ship of our organization, but thankful for the opportunity that I've been granted to serve as the executive director for our organization. So, a little bit about me.
And again, the Executive Board has already accepted his application. Are you all in favor of bringing Jeff on board with us, serving this fine county? All right, Jeff, here is your red badge. We had an application last week for Mike Fields. He was sitting right over. There he is. He snuck in on me. I didn't even see you come in. And we've accepted his application. We want to make sure that you all are in favor of Mike. Of course, he's the general manager over the Oaks Club. And if you're all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All right. We're going to get you on board to do your 1-minute introduction here soon.
Now that was a secret ballot, wasn't it?
Yeah. Back to you, Larry. Thank you.
This is a vocal secret one. Yeah. All right, before I get into our program today, and Katie had something she wanted to mention, but I want to ask Miss Pam to come up here. I have something for her that I hadn't seen her since, like, she was holding a dog out in front of Walmart, taking pictures. She's like, yeah. But you were chosen our December Rotarian of the Month for, I don't know how long you stayed there, and I still owe you dinner and drinks, so y'all hear that, I owe her.
I believe it was 6 hours.
6 hours. She took up some space, so this is your.
In a cute elf costume.
In a cute elf, she was by far the best bell ringer we had. She was most attractive. Will you take a quick picture, please?
I will say, I really do appreciate this, and I had a lot of fun that day, and it was freezing out, but it really made a lot of difference for a lot of the kids and stuff that I had. The energy and the costumes, so it really was fun.
She just put the challenge to us to dress up. That's what it was. All right, Miss Katie, you had something real quick?
You know I gotta get my notes.
I was going to be a smart aleck and say, we know Katie is not going to quit.
Yeah, I will be, in case you hadn't noticed, by your table selling salsa. So I just have a quick announcement about CPC, because you know by now that's who I work for. We went live with registration on Saturday. I was up at 5 a.m. and by 11 a.m. I was in tears because I couldn't get the stupid registration stuff to work right, but I finally have it now. We already have registrants And 50% of those registrants have bought apparel. So we're already on our way. I am super excited about that. I would like to invite everybody to go to the Cotton Patch Challenge on Facebook and make sure to share some of the posts that I'm making on there. I'm gonna try to make, especially on the weekends, because I am finding that I'm getting a lot of feedback from previous writers on the weekends. So please make sure to go and share those. So you never know who's gonna see your post. Then last thing that I have to announce is next week at Rotary, at our regular meeting, the presentation is going to be a lady that we have seen here before, named Rebecca Jowers, and she is going to be doing a presentation on human trafficking. So I would like for everybody to make sure, just send me a text or an email if you're planning on being here by the end of today or tomorrow. I need to give Ain't Just Pies a head count. I have invited a lot of individuals from the community, people that are going to be in a position possibly to be able to see something and say something. I know Rich has about 13 or 14 people from the ER coming. We have Women in Need is going to be here. CAC Rafa Clinic is bringing 3. We've got the Greenville PD and the Sheriff's Department. We've got GISD that is planning on being here. So please make sure and let me know 100% for sure you're going to be here next week, because I think this is going to be a really great presentation, and I'm going to be making an announcement on something we're going to be doing that will continue this education. So make sure to be here, and if you look around the room and you see a Rotarian that's not here, please invite them to come next week. I'd like to make sure we have a lot of people here.
Did you say how many are registered for the month?
At the moment, I think it's 5.
5 people
5 registered, which is really good for May, and it's a September race. So, and I have a lot of people. I've actually reached out to registrants from the past on Facebook that, you know, that are saying, I'm registering this week. I'm registering this week. So we'll have a lot.
All right. So at this time, I'm going to, I don't know if y'all noticed Bob back there in the back. Tell Bob we miss him and he needs to come back and visit
Yeah,
with
Bob.
us.
Yes, yeah.
We need him.
We need the comic relief. I can't sustain that all the time.
Bob promised to be my first member on July 1.
All right, there's a promise. All right, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Weiland to come up. He's got a very special presentation to do today. Thank you, sir.
Well, we're going to do something today. I'm wondering why we've not done it before. We should have been doing this. But we're going to be recognizing our sponsors for the Cotton Patch Challenge.
Yes.
Thank you. And before I do that, let me make a few remarks about it. We've got some new members here, and we've got some folks that are not members. But I want to tell you that all the money that this club raises in fundraising is given back to the community. We don't pay for our rent on the landmark building with this money. We don't pay for our food with that money. The members pay for all of that out of their dues structure. So every dime that we raise goes back to the community. And in that regard, this morning I thought I could remember it, but then I realized I'm 78 years old and I can't remember like I used to. So I just made a quick list of a couple of years ago of the various organizations that we give money to. And I'm going to go quickly through there. Cotton Museum, $500. Tim Cruz Flag Raising Project, $500. That ought to be $2,500. I mean, that's a great project. The Fiddle Contest, $1,000. Boys and Girls Club, $500. Bras for the Cause. I wrote down 2,000, but I think it was more than that last year. Wasn't it 25?
No, we did 1,000 in my year. I don't know what we did last year.
Okay, and then CASA, $1,500. Children's Advocacy Center, $1,500. Salvation Army, $2,500. Community Seeds, $2,500. Fish, $2,500. Drug Free Greenville, $1,000. Rafa Clinic, $500. Remember For Me, $500. Spirit of Giving, $500. Hope Center, $500. Tools for School, $500. And Win, $1,000. Jeff's in here, maybe he'll get some input on the budget, we could bump that up, Jeff, who knows? But anyway, just to give you an idea of how that money gets spread around the community, and without the money that we give these organizations, they're doing without. They're not providing their services, they're not providing meals, or whatever they do. So we want to recognize those folks, and last year, the Cotton Patch Challenge was it. We didn't have the Chili Fest, we didn't have the Haunted Landmark. Fortunately, in order to benefit us financially, we were able to keep all of the proceeds from the Cotton Patch Challenge last year, as opposed to in the past where we had split it. And because of the way that it was managed and set up by Katie Ridge and the now deceased John Clark, we were able to do that, and we're adding more and more all the time. I'm going to add, and by the way, Mayor Dreiling is here, and he's going to make some remarks in a few moments, but Brad Keller was going to be here. I told him about this event today, and he wanted to be here. He thought he was newsworthy. He had just asked that we take pictures and send to him. He had a conflict and couldn't be here. But we want the community to know what this Rotary Club is doing, why we want you to support us, the community to support us when we're having these various fundraising projects. And who knows what they'll be in the future. But hopefully next year we can have a chili fest again. We just couldn't figure out how to do it socially. How can you socially distance and eat chili and talk to your neighbor? We couldn't do it. So, but anyway, I'm going to ask, and all of our sponsors couldn't be here. In fact, our title sponsor can't be here. I'll make a remark to him when I get to the end. But as I call the business names up, either if they're here, please come up. I'm going to give you the plaque. We have plaques with your names on them, and of course there's various levels of sponsorships, and so that's the way we're going to be recognizing them. And stay up. We're going to have a photo presentation in just a moment. So Stainback Corporation, they're not here today, but they were a chain ring sponsor, $500 level. Hunt Regional Medical Center, Dr. Sandman, would you come up, please? And by the way, in the years past, they've always been a $500 sponsor. I got word yesterday after talking with several folks there, they stepped up. They're going to be a $2,500 sponsor this year. How about that?
Rich Carter is out of town today, and he asked me to represent the hospital and to express our joy with participating.
Yes, sir. And there's the plaque, sir, and we'll take it back to Rick, and hopefully he'll put that in his office. Katie got real innovative on some of the sponsorships for this upcoming year. But just stay over here, sir, because we're going to line you up in just a moment. We are added sponsorship levels, mile marker level sponsors, rest area sponsors, starting gate sponsors, finishing line sponsors. We've added all of that, and so Hunt Regional Medical Center is going to be a starting gate sponsor at a $2,500 level this year. So we're glad to have that. Alliance Bank, Paul, would you come up, please, sir? I think Paul has done this each and every year, haven't you?
We're glad to be able to help sponsor this. It's great to see everything that the Rotary Club does in Greenville in this area, and this is just one of those great events.
Thank you very much. Thank you. GEUS, Jim Dickey, would you come up here, please? They've always been a loyal sponsor. Every year. There's your plaque, sir. And yes, sir.
I want to thank y'all for being a sponsor of that event for so many years. Matter of fact, I ran across one of those old t-shirts in my closet the other day, and I put it on. I didn't wear it, but I ought to go look at the date on there, because it's way back there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And American National Bank is not here. Sean Franklin couldn't make it. He sent me word. And next we're going to go to our favorite president-elect, Insurance Group of North Texas. Debbie Sickles, come on up. Debbie was a $750 sponsor last year. For next year? Here.
Last year, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get another $250 because I thought that's what I had to do to get on the shirt.
I forgot that. Well, okay.
But it's okay, I'll accept this because you know why? Because I think for any sponsorship, getting even a thank you card always means so much, and I think that's where a whole lot of the volunteer organizations forget to do. We thank him in person, we go use him again next time. I'm still hitting him up for the auction for the chamber. So, and I think that's one thing we fail to do, is to recognize and thank our sponsors, so it's good.
Okay, the next sponsor I want to recognize is Rutherford and Taylor. Now, they can't send someone today, but I tell you what they did send, a $750 check for this coming year.
Yeah!
How about that? So let's thank Rutherford and Taylor. The next one that I want to call up is Katie Ridge. Katie Ridge. She was the large chain ring sponsor. I think she picked that one out because it had the word large in it. $1,000 level. Okay, Katie.
Yeah, well, we still have salsa for sale over here, so.
We have raffle tickets for sale everywhere.
Raffle tickets for sale. No, I mean, obviously, as I was co-chair of this event last year, which most of you have heard me say, John did 95%, I did 5%, and I'm desperately trying to fill his shoes this year, and
You can do it.
it's you know, we'll have an awesome year. It will not be pulled off as easily as John did, but thank you, because I plan on sponsoring again this year. I'm busy doing other things right now. I'll sponsor later, but
I know you will. And also, Dennis, would you come up? Remax 3D Real Estate. She also is a large chain sponsor at the $1,000 level. And here's your plaque, and
Thank you.
hang it on your wall.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say thank you, and it's one of my favorite events that we do in our club, and thank you so much to Katie for stepping up and for all that you do, but all of you do that day to make that all come together. It's a massive undertaking, and to see everybody get out there and have such cheerful hearts about it is really cool. So I'm proud to be a part of the club.
All righty. And Don Mcbride, would you come up, please? Don is here representing Texas Oncology. They always sponsor at a $1,500 level, and their representative couldn't be here today, but Don is their contact person, so I've asked him to stand in the gap for them.
I am not the beautiful representative from the hospital, nor a minor. So we recognize that Texas Oncology has been a faithful sponsor of the ride for the last 5-6 years. We really appreciate their efforts.
Yes.
You can take that back too if you don't. Okay.
All right, and our next three aren't here, but I have got to mention them. First one would be the Texan Theater, Barbara Horan. I really expected her to be here. She's always at the $1,500 level, and 2 years ago, we sent her an invoice of $1,500, but she sent in $3,000.
Yeah.
It was not a mistake. She did that intentionally. That's the kind of heart that she has. So when you see Barbara, and the rest of you can kind of take heed there. But in any event, when you see Barbara, thank her for what she does. I appreciate it. And
Give Jimmy a new T-shirt this year.
I'll order a special one for you.
And for the 5th year in a row, Donna He, I said it right first time. Donna He Buick GMC has agreed to be our title sponsor. Now that's $6,000. They also, in the past, donated for the day uses of brand new pickup trucks. Now last year they didn't have the inventory, and they only had 2 trucks that we could drive. The rest of us who drove SAG furnished our own pickup trucks. But when you see Chess Donahue, thank him for what he does. That's a huge, huge contribution.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, let's have a picture before I say all
Can I
of us.
get some of them up on stage, please?
Then I'll ask them
I'm
to go
getting
down.
pictures of the table in here.
Shorter people will go on stage. Come on,
Yeah.
Any more?
You got it?
Yeah, that works. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me go to Brad.
Thank you.
Now, last year in September, we were still in the throes of a pandemic.
I love and hate to
There was very, very few outside events even at that late in the fall that towns and cities were able to have those events that they historically had. but Greenville was permitted to have the Cotton Fast Challenge in large part because of this man right here, Mayor David Driley. He's been mayor for 6 years. He's got 6 more days to go. And then he turns the reins over to someone else I'm sure is very capable. But we just want to express our thanks to you, sir, for your leadership in the past, your leadership in making a decision, for allowing us to have this Cotton Fast Challenge. You know what we do with the money, because I've just told you. And it's just so important to all these organizations. And I'd like to invite you to come up and make some remarks. Just speak whatever's on your heart. You've got 15 minutes, and then we're walking out on you.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for the invitation. As far as the Cotton Patch Challenge, our wonderful governor put the onus on the mayor that, if you don't think things are safe, you got to cancel them. And that was the total guidance. It wasn't anybody else's job; it was mine. And unfortunately, I had to do things like the 4th of July fireworks, the Christmas parade, things like this, because there was no way to keep people segregated and safe. So when I was approached for the Cotton Patch Challenge, there was a lot of work done, not by me, but by the people that were running it and trying to get it done. And they worked very hard to come up with a way to segregate the riders and keep people back. And my whole thrust of approving projects was, were they doing the best they could to make it reasonable to try and keep people safe? Nobody wants to cause anybody injury. And I think Katie and John did an exceptional job. They worked very hard. They worked at getting the riders segregated. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is when the pandemic hit, I was involved in every 2 weeks in a Zoom call with all the mayors of North Texas. We typically had 35 to 40 mayors on there, including Mayor Betsy Price out of Fort Worth. And I was very happy to identify that we had the Cotton Patch Challenge and how well it went, and it was well orchestrated. And Betsy Price said, I don't know how you guys did it. We couldn't get anything organized. We couldn't get people to do it. So your work and all of that effort is well recognized across North Texas. Now, beyond the Cotton Patch, I just wanted to say a few words. Greenville is doing exceptionally well. We've got, right now, when I took over as mayor 6 years ago, almost total 6 years, 6 years ago, we were delighted that we had 100 houses that was going to be built that year. Boy, that was a big step. Now, I came to Greenville in 1986, and the population in Greenville was sitting at about 21,000 people. When I took over as mayor 30 years later, wow, we were all the way up to 26,000. So in 30 years, we'd gained 5,000 people. That's not a lot of growth. I think when the census comes out this time, we're going to be sitting, my numbers are going to be sitting somewhere around 32,000 people. And the basis of my numbers, that is not just pull it out and guess, is I've asked GEUS for how many residents in Greenville do they put electric meters up? Because you got a house, somebody's got to have electricity. Right. So if you go with the standard, it says an average family is 2.7 kids. Well, that puts us at about 32,000. But my problem is, all of my kids were real numbers. None of them were 0.7. So I said, okay, I'll take that number and I'll multiply it by 3. We're up over 34,000. So I think we're going to easily hit the 32. We may be even higher. And that's significant for Greenville. That's a great growth. This year, the city council has already approved, I think the number, and I may be off by a few here, 850 new homes to be built. And we know that there's developers that haven't come in yet to start their plat work and everything else. So I think it's easy to recognize that there will probably be well over 1,000 homes approved. And we've got some of the big name developers that are really working to come in because they see how great Greenville is. Now, we all have a feeling how great Greenville is. Well, we get a lot of businesses in because our Board of Development, led by Greg Sims, has done an outstanding job. We've gotten a lot of businesses in. What a lot of you don't realize is Greg is so good at his job. He's been a member of the state's Economic Development Board, which most CEOs of different cities are. Greg Sims is the chairman of the state Economic Development Board. So the big benefit of that and the work that he's done is when companies from across the world, because we've had people from Canada and from England and all over, they're looking to come and expand their factories. They're looking for new places or they want to develop a new business. Greg has worked in the city, and all of you have worked so hard to make Greenville at the point to where even before Greg was the chairman of the Economic Development Board, we were getting recommendations out of the governor's office. You guys need to go and take a look at Greenville. Right now, we've got 3 large companies that have done site surveys here. And when I say site surveys, that's not just one guy show up and say, well, yeah, I see the field out there. Sometimes this is 4 and 5 people from a company, and they won't tell us who because they don't want the competition, they don't want other people to know that they're going to expand or move. But these companies are big enough that they're looking on the vicinity of 1 million to 2 million square feet of factory. The jobs, depending on the business, is anywhere from 500 new jobs to 1,500 new jobs. Now you think about that. If we get a company in here that has, take a median, has 1,000 new jobs, that's a lot of homes, that's a lot of people. So these people are looking at us very serious. They're looking at what the power requirements are, the water capabilities, and they're looking at what does the city look like and how do people react. It's amazing. They go around and talk to some of our existing businesses and say, how do you like Greenville? Is it easy to work here? Do you like the people? Blah, blah, blah. All those kinds of questions, and everything we get as feedback is it's very positive. So you should all be very proud of the work that you've done to help Greenville to where it is. So it's an honor to be here. I appreciate the fact being the mayor has been an interesting job. The last year and a half has not been the most pleasant, but you've all had to suffer through the same thing. We've had to face new challenges, and I can say that the city council as a whole has stood up, and their drive has been, let's make it better. Getting a new city manager in has changed the overall business attitude of the city staff. I can remember way back when before I was a mayor, our church was trying to get a sign to put up that says Wesley United Methodist Church. It took us 2 years because we would come in and say, this is what the plan is. The answer was no. Well, what's wrong with it? Go figure it out. So we would go and we'd come back and we'd say, okay, we think this satisfies. No. The staff has been changed, the attitude has been changed, and now if you come forward with an item and say, I'd like to do this, it may not fit exactly, but the words that I get from the developers out there is now the city staff, they say, that's not exactly the way we need to get it done, but let's work together and figure out a solution. So people that are doing development, they're finding a city staff that wants to work with them and help them get here. And that's a big factor because as you want customers, you've got to get people here. So it's been a big drive there. And so I don't have a whole lot beyond that, but I just wanted to say thank you very much for my opportunity to be your mayor. And Jerry Ransom was the mayor-elect, and on next Tuesday, he will be sworn in and take over. And so I'll open the meeting. We'll have the invocation. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll swear him in. I'll walk out the door. you know, it's his job at that point. But thank you very much.
Thank you for everything you've done for the city, for our community, and making Katie unhappy last year when she was out there painting dots on the floor. It was
Hey,
great.
I was happy to do it.
She's happy to do it. All right, so before we wrap this up, our illustrious chair from our Chili Fest is fixing to get y'all. It's time for a quick raffle.
No, well, we're gonna call this.
It's a drawing.
Yeah, and I know y'all wouldn't believe it because of how fast I talk, because I think my grandmother was actually an auctioneer, but I definitely know that she was a square dance caller, so I said from another life, and it comes and it's in my genes. So, David, I guess saw Gail has had four 1 month subscriptions, not prescriptions, subscriptions to Hunt Regional Medical Center's gym. They're a $30 value. I have 4 of them. So, if someone took these 1, 2, 3, 4 months, in 4 months from today, you could possibly be down at least 30 pounds if you use it. So, what a benefit. So, I think we're going to go ahead and sell them one at a time because nobody in here seems so interested, maybe 4 months. But we're going to sell them one at a time, so if friends want to get together and go, and we're going to auction these off. So here we go, and we're starting at a minimum of only $10. $10, do I hear 15? 10, do I got 15? 10. Anybody? Come on. Somebody got to go to the gym. $10. Do I hear 15? 15. Anybody?
I'll get the next one for 10.
Okay, no. Okay. So, no, I mean, it's supposed to go going once, going twice. So, Annette, $10. All right, I got another one.
I'll take it.
$10. Come on, do I hear 15? Someone take it from her. She'll pay 20. Come on, do I hear 15? 15! Katie got 15. Do I hear 20?
Say no, because you'll get the next one.
I'll get the next one.
Okay, $15. Do I hear 20? Going once? Going twice? So, $15. Okay, so we're going to do a special on this one since Katie wants to buy them so bad. We're going to do 2 of them. Here's 2 month subscription going at one time, and it's a minimum of $20. $20 for 2 months. Do I have $20?
I'll give you 20.
Okay, do I hear 25? 20. I got 20. Do I hear 25? I got 25. I got 25. Do I hear 30? I got 25. Do I hear 30?
I ain't going to the gym. I'm running up my block, so.
25. Do I get 30?
Over there have it.
Okay, 25. I got 30. I got 30. 30. Do I hear 35? 30. Do I have 35? 30 going once. 30 going twice. Sold by Chitwood. Thank you. $30. You take
Thank y'all so much. Oh, I'm sorry. I was walking back over here, but Miss Katie.
I forgot to tell everybody that next week, because of the presentation and the length of the presentation that Rebecca will be doing, we need to start at noon. So please make sure to be here a little bit early to do our networking and our fellowship. We need to start about 12:05 for the presentation. So just everybody come early.
Come early. Come hungry. Be ready. It's gonna be a great presentation.
And we still have salsa.
And I'll reiterate what I told Mr. Landers. I'd like for people like that not to have a job. There's no reason that we have to worry about our kids and females being trafficked, whether it's for work, sex, whatever it may be.
Or boys.
Yeah, the boys, yeah, all of the above. So, this will end our meeting for Cinco de Mayo. Thank y'all for being